Just close your eyes.
Robert Wilson, Inside Job. Hi, how's it going today? Today the topic on Inside Job is being good, safe, and spiritual, which really, being a sober person, I'm sober now like over 16 years, February 28th of 90, big yo for the 9-0 is when I got sober, and being another thing, smober, like no nicotine, for 13 and a half years now. I've really had to go on a journey to look for my spirituality in my life. I'm a person who has gone through very many things, through the last years of my sobriety. These 16 years, my dad died during that time period. It was this traumatic experience, and my dog, my best friend of 14 years, died in a excuse me, from congenital heart failure, which I found her in a pool of blood in my room, which is not conducive to a nice frame of mind. I had wonderful things happen, like I got married during that time period, and then other wonderful things happened. I got divorced during that time period. Sorry, I love that joke. That's a good joke. But recently, I had a great year last year, and I was praying to my higher power, who I call God, to put someone in my life. Well, lo and behold, I was up in Las Vegas. I met a girl at the Venetian Sportsbook who looked like she was lost and didn't know how to make a bet. Naturally, I had to go over and help her out. She looked kind of like Demi Moore. So that's an attraction to me. And then one thing led to another, and hey, we got married 2 weeks later. I know my new rule now is 4 seasons. And I saw my ex-wife, and I was only with her for 2 seasons before we got married. So we were talking, I was telling her about, she said, hey, I heard you got married. I said, yeah, but I'm getting that old now. And she was saying, well, you want to be with someone for 4 seasons before you actually get married. And I like that advice, and now I'm going to use that as part of my new plan on relationships. What I've learned, and about what this show is about today, is about being good, trying to be good in your life. Live by the golden rule. Do to others as you do to yourself. My experience is if I'm lying, cheating, stealing, or thinking about doing that, or trying to do that, that's what I'm really thinking about myself and where I am at in my, my serenity and my spirituality. If I'm being good to other people and trying to help other people, and this thing called coming from a loving place and being of service, my life is just better. I heard a long time ago that not everyone's going to like Rob, and that's just the way it is in the world. But if I like Rob, and my higher power likes Rob, then that's all that really counts to me. Because I can't get caught up in what people think about me. Because just as I say, not everyone's going to like me, but if I know I'm being a good person and doing good stuff, then that's all that counts. And people are going to judge me, and they're going to judge away. I've learned that to have a good spirituality in my life, that I can't worry about what people are thinking about me. My journey through these years, and well, incidentally, on that recent marriage, it was wonderful at the beginning. I texted her the other day, like from the line from the Casablanca, we'll always have Paris. So I texted her, we'll always have Vegas meeting up there, because that's was a wonderful experience. And what I learned from that, and have learned from past experiences, is to always be open, always come from a loving place. Don't close myself off for the next potential relationship or love that will come into my life. And I don't know if you guys can, and gals can relate out there to the feeling where you see somebody and that thought goes, well, why even bother? Why even bother to go talk to that person? Because it's going to be the same thing. It's going to happen again. Well, I'm about not being into that frame of mind. I'm into the frame of mind that the glass is half full. We want to be able to look at people around the world and see what they're doing and trying to pull the positive out of that and then use that in my everyday life. An example of that is about how the universe, and this is what I believe, the universe doesn't know negative or positive. The universe just knows what a person is asking for. So my experience is if there's a person out there who's very negative, the person like, I'll never get this, that'll never happen, and you'll never do that, and that will never happen for you. Those are the type of people I don't want in my life, because what I believe is the universe will gladly give them all the negative that they want. We'll give more here, more, and we'll shovel them with the negativity. As I say, I'm a person, the glass is half full. And for me, that's being positive. And the universe will give positive, these so-called God shots into our lives. Here's positive, here's positive, here's positive. And what I try to do is not have those negative people in my life. Because my experience is, if you have negative people in your life, the negative forces that the universe are giving them will get you as well. And you'll get some of this, the negative will splash off on you, or just this general negative personality will affect you. My experience is that when it's not confront, but the negative person thinks it is. Someone who's being negative, I go, hey, dude, you're so negative. Why do you have to be so negative? And a lot of times they don't even realize what you're talking about. Well, what do you mean negative? I don't know. And then they go right back to they're never going to get this, they're not going to get that, that's not going to happen, this is not going to happen. Well, for me, in my being good, safe, and spiritual, and that's a line I use and put into my various communiques with people in my life, is that final line before I put my name down there, is be good, safe, and spiritual. Because if I'm being spiritual, my experience is if I'm being spiritual, my life is just better. And if I'm going toward the dark, I call the negativity, my life is worse. My experience is that I want to try to go toward the light, the positive stuff, and stay away from the dark. I freaking love the dark, but the dark is a road that will take me down and out. It's, I describe it as like a big funnel, and the dark and the bad is down at the bottom, and the light is at the top. The extreme top of the funnel are people like Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy and Gandhi. And at the very bottom is, I call it the devil, temptation, and a way that is not a rewarding life. The problem is that people at the top are pretty much all get assassinated. And so I try to stay right around in the middle, in that area of being a good person, trying to be good to other people, and being a person that tries to be of service to people. Basically, I'm a selfish, self-centered person, so I have to watch out for that on a daily basis. Being like I, me, Rob, me, I, me, Rob. There's no room for anybody else in that whole scenario in my head. And when I get out of thinking about me, Rob, and helping other people, hey, miraculously, I feel better, and things in my life are better. Part of my experience along those same lines is trying to do charity work whenever I can. I have a friend who just went down to downtown LA to Skid Row and last Saturday and helped dish out hot dogs. Thousands of people. That's, he didn't have to go down there. He's a professional photographer, and that's being of service. It's getting out of yourself. What I try to do is try to do that on a daily basis. I know I have to watch out for, I call it the axis of the four evildoers. It's kind of a Republican slant on stuff. Is selfish self-centeredness, dishonesty, resentment, and fear. If I can watch out for those four things,